The Orange Blossom Special, the Wabash Cannonball, the Chattanooga Choo Choo, this hobo's seen 'em all. I've watched the Santa Fe lay smoke against the sky. I've listened to old number 3 rolling through the night. Ride the train, ride the train. Anywhere I'm going, I ride trains. Sleeping in a boxcar when it rains. Ride the train, ride the train. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maxwell Ivey, and my friends call me Max, and you may know me as Mr. Midway or The Blind Blogger. And this is episode 3 of the No Excuses podcast. And I want to welcome you and tell you that this is sponsored by me and theblindblogger.net, which basically means I'm paying my own way at this point. If you like what I'm doing, you appreciate the effort I put into it, then you can support me by buying my books, purchasing the No Excuses gear, or using the PayPal button to make a contribution. And I just made that even easier. Now you can go to paypal.me/MaxwellIvey and make a donation. And I appreciate anything you can do to help me along my way as I continue to share my inspirational story of overcoming obstacles and building businesses, writing books, and all the other things I'm up to. So thank you. All right, this time I want to talk to you about a very special event that happened to me last week. I'm just now getting around to talking to it because it took me that long to get through with doing all the calling and texting and emailing and telling everybody I knew, and some people I didn't know about it. So here's the thing. I was selected as one of this year's recipients of the Amtrak Writers in Residency Award. They picked 24 people. This is their second year. Last year, for their first official year, they had over 16,000 applicants, and I would imagine they had even more this year. So I'm very proud that they liked my writing sample or what I had to say about myself in the application, and they decided to pick me. And what did I win? Well, I win a trip on an Amtrak train to go a long distance to work on a writing project. And actually, I've decided that my writing project, unless something else comes along that's even better, I'm going to write about the whole experience, starting from what I felt like when I applied, how I felt when I won, all the preparations I'm making to get ready, the obstacles I have to overcome to be prepared to get on the train ride itself, the people I meet, the places I go. And I don't want to spoil it yet, but when I tell you where I'm going and when, I think you are going to be impressed. And my friends have said, Max, you're either brave or crazy or both. So stay around to the end because I'm going to do a little more singing too. All right. I looked at this. I got this thing in an email, and I filled out the application. When I checked it out to make sure it was legitimate, I looked at the past winners, or I went to the Amtrak website and checked out their profiles. And there were some really impressive people there. But I decided to go ahead and send in my application anyway, because that's the way I do things. Even if it doesn't look like I got a chance, I'm still going to do it, because as my daddy used to always tell me, if you don't ask, they can't say yes. So I continue to send emails out there and pitch radio shows and ask people for stuff, and I also ask God and I ask the universe for stuff, and in this case, I got my wish. So they called me the other night, told me I was going, said they wanted me to pick where I wanted to go, and my choices were limited because I live in Houston, Texas, and there aren't but a couple of passenger trains that come through here on a regular basis. The main one is called the Sunset Limited. From it, you can go west to Los Angeles and then further north to Seattle, or you can go east to New Orleans and then you can go north or northeast. So one of my choices would have been to go to Los Angeles and then on to Seattle. I have friends who blog and podcast from the Northwest, so that would have been cool. And it would be nice to find out if the Beach Boys were right about the California girls. But that was just one choice. Another choice was to go to New Orleans and then head north to Chicago, on the City of New Orleans line. And some of you have heard me sing City of New Orleans, and it would be really cool to sing that song on the train that it's named after. And I thought about Chicago, but then I read somebody's post and I heard them say they went to New York City. And I thought, I've never been there. It's like the Mecca for people that are in media or publicity. I mean, that's the center of the world when it comes to newspapers, magazines, TV, radio, etc. So that's where I decided, and I thought, Max, for once, don't do this based on what you think. Don't let your head tell you what you should do or what you shouldn't do. Go with what your gut tells you you want. And I said, I want to go to New York City, and I want to go there during Christmas. So I asked people at Amtrak, and they said that they thought they could make that happen, especially if I could tell them for sure I wanted that right away. And they're making it happen. I don't know how long I'll get to stay in New York City. I know it's an expensive city to visit, but I'm going to push for every day I can get. And while I'm there, I'm going to spend every minute of every one of those days just soaking up the city, meeting the people, and living as much as I can during however much time I get up there. So I figured that in honor of where I'm headed and the fact that I like to sing, I thought I would try a little Sinatra. Y'all can either like it or hate it. That's what the YouTube button is for. But I'm going to give it a shot. It's a little out of my range. So here it goes. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away, and I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York. It's up to you. New York, New York. Well, nobody can do it like Blue Eyes. That's why he was the chairman of the board, and that's why he's probably still the king of Las Vegas. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're going to follow along with my progress. You can sign up for the email list at theblindblogger.net/books/writing-the-rails. It'll be in the show notes. Again, if you want to donate or contribute, it's paypal.me as in me/Maxwell Ivey. And I'll be telling you more about my trip. There'll be some special videos I'll send you along the way. And don't forget, as a blind guy and as a guy who has never been a clothes horse, I'm going to have a lot of expenses. So y'all be sure and help out. The two new books, or the latest book is It's Not the Cookie, It's the Bag, an easy-to-follow guide to weight loss success. And yes, I will be talking about diet and weight loss along the way too. All right. I'm way over limit of what I like to do for these. I want to thank you for spending some time with me. I know you have other obligations. You have many options as to what you spend your time on, how you educate, entertain, and inform yourselves. And I hope that I can continue to inspire and motivate you to take action. Uh, just remember, instead of making excuses, let's find ways to succeed. Find ways to take action. Instead of thinking about what you don't have, make a list of what you do, because when you give thanks, when you count your blessings grow. All right. Y'all take care out there now. I will talk to you again soon. God bless you now. Max.